Well then guys, it's Dave from Talking Wolves. Welcome back to another match review and match reaction. A very disappointing one today as Wolves have fallen to a 2-1 defeat at Turf Moor to Burnley. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below after this one. But the final game before Christmas, and I think a lot of us were hoping and thinking and believing that Wolves should have won this game today, or at least got something out of the game. But Burnley have probably done what Burnley do best, really. And Sean Dyche, who is a manager who probably on paper, Wolves, you would say, in terms of quality, player for player, are better than Burnley, you could say. But I think Sean Dyche almost knows what to do with those players. Whereas Wolves, with the current squad, there's a couple of players in there that, are we really getting the best out of them? Because I think Burnley are getting the best out of the players that they've got there. And they certainly showed it there with their work rate today. Wolves changing it up a little bit. They're stuck with the five at the back, but we saw Ryan Aït-Nouri come back into the team with Cody, Sace and Kilman in the back five with Nelson Semedo. Obviously, Patricio in goal. We saw a midfield three, kind of, which we'll talk about, of Neves, Matinho and Otasawi, and then Pedent and Neto. And first sort of 15-20 minutes, you know what, we looked really, really decent. Otasawi almost playing as like that middle man, almost like a false nine, target man sort of role in the middle there. And a lot of the play going through him, and Pedent and Neto getting involved. No real clear-cut opportunities, to be honest, but the way we pushed Burnley back, the way we were looking on the ball, I thought, you know what, it's going to be quite a positive performance. But that very quickly changed, very quickly, really. We just sort of, all of a sudden, just turned really, really sloppy. We started, pushing further and further back, inviting the pressure on, giving the ball quite poorly, giving away cheap fouls. And the one thing with Burnley is, if you can keep the ball, you're probably not going to concede. But if you're going to concede silly fouls or set pieces and corners, that's what Burnley thrive on. And we saw that sort of today. We lost the ball so cheaply, and they took advantage of that. The first goal was a disappointing one, really, but sort of bundled in at the back post. But sort of the organisation is almost all wrong. I think with the likes of Willy Bolly in there, you got much more physical presence. I think we could have done okay. Leander Dendoncker as well. I think, we have, these are the sort of games I think he'd do quite well in. But yeah, the organisation and everything just seemed off. And it's really disappointing because with the next couple of games that we've got coming up with Manchester United and Spurs, these games against the likes of Burnley are the ones that you'd be wanting to win. It'll be sod's law that we do go and beat at least Spurs or United. You know that for a fact. But disappointing, really, the way that we reacted as well. Obviously, they got that first goal. Ashley Barnes, who hasn't scored, I think, in 17 games, they said. Obviously, he's going to score against Wolves. But like I say, bundled in off our own counter attack as well. So that was annoying. And then the second goal as well. Just very, very similar, to be honest. Very, very similar. Just sort of crowded area, headed it back across. Just the set pieces, both attacking and defensively, confused me today because we weren't setting up man for man, or if we were, it was just strange players marking. You got the two biggest players on the Burnley team. I saw at one point one was marked by Neves, the other time marked by Adama. Just really, really strange setup all round, really. I was quite excited when I first saw the team come out because I thought, you know what, he's trying something new, obviously with the busy fixtures coming up. But, in hindsight now, it's a tactical gamble that has massively failed. Fabio Silva came on, looked okay. I don't think you can say anyone had an immaculate performance or a very good performance. I thought, the players that had okay games, Otasawi did all right. I think a player that obviously has a lot to prove, lots of energy, lots of excitement. Did pick up a booking, so I sort of understood the substitute off because, he could become quite a pivotal player. I think we need that physicality. Maybe, if he played in the middle and we introduced a striker into the system, it might have worked a little bit better, but not too sure the role he was playing. I think the understanding probably would have been, get the ball onto the edge, onto the wings, and whether you're the wing back or winger, and get him into the box because he won a good amount of headers, to be fair. But there were so many disappointing performances from that. Really, we didn't test Nick Pope enough. You look at the individual performances. Patricio, I think, did okay. Made a couple of very smart stops, really. Disappointed with the likes of Kilman was a bit sloppy today, if I'm completely honest. Neves was sloppy as well. And we just didn't have that bite, both in the middle and up top. The final ball just wasn't there. And like I say, when we weren't having the ball, we were rushing it and we were looping the balls in the air. And, probably 8 or 9 times out of 10, Burnley are going to beat us in the aerial challenges. We should have said, especially after that, in the start of the second half, right, let's get our foot on the ball, let's get ourselves and grow back into this game. And when Burnley score within the first couple of minutes, Dyche is rubbing his hands together because that's exactly what he would have wanted. So, yeah, obviously we saw Fabio Silva come on. I'm happy for him to come on. A couple of clever flicks, and then obviously wins the penalty. The young lad that had just come on hacks him down, and you know what? I was very surprised to see him take it, but he took it very well, and it's great to see Fabio Silva finally get a Wolves goal, albeit not the greatest circumstances, but youngest Premier League goal scorer, I believe, for Wolves now. And yeah, really, really good that he smashed it in. Hopefully that'll give him that boost of confidence ahead of another run of difficult games. But yeah, you know what? It's one of those games. Dyche, an absolute masterclass from him as per usual. Burnley picked up a decent run of form coming into this game, to be fair, and they did exactly what they wanted and how they play. And Wolves, the way Wolves set up was just played into Burnley's hands, really. So yeah, not the great performances, but hopefully we see Wolves bounce back just after Christmas. We're playing Tottenham and then playing Manchester United. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Disappointing evening of football, but we will go again. I've got to say, some absolutely embarrassing takes as per usual on social media. Anybody saying Nuno out, I don't know. I've got no words. I've got no words at this point. But yeah, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the Christmas as well. As I think might squeeze one more video in this week before Christmas. But appreciate the support this year. Enjoy the Christmas. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Enjoy your time with your friends and family. And I'll see you all very, very soon.